If you're looking for the fastest, cheapest, and most reliable coins on the market, be sure to check out AOEAH.com. Use discount code DSG at checkout for 3% off your order. Link is in the description and the pinned comment down below. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is DSG here coming today with an Madden 23 video. Today, I'm going to be starting a new series called Copper Drop. This is going to be a series where I go over every new promo that comes out or every new set of players that comes out. I'm going to go over those cards and tell you if they are good enough for you to pick up on your team or not. All these opinions are going to vary upon price, attributes, theme teams, all those sort of things. So if you need any insight or need my opinion on what I feel about this promo, this will be beneficial for you today. Today we're going over the Gridiron Guardians first release, and we have a lot of players to go over. So without wasting any time, we're going to get into this. I'm pretty much going to make this series, though, every time there's a new Legends release or a new promo, anything like that, I'm going to cover it. So I don't care how many views it gets. I'm going to keep doing this series because I actually kind of enjoy this stuff. So without wasting any time, let's start off with the 91s. I'm going to start with the best stuff first, because you probably want to see that first anyways. We're going to go through all the 91s and the 88s, and we're going to talk about 186. So here we go. Starting off, Jeffrey Simmons. I think this card is a cop. Here's why. It says he's 465. He's really like 115,000 coins. The reason is he quick sells for 350,000 coins. You can basically buy this card and then quick sell him when you're done with him. This card only costs about 115,000 coins. And the reason I like this card, I know he's fairly slow, but 300 pounds I think is the minimum cutoff. I think what you need for a D tackle. So he's 300 pounds. The power move is there. The block shedding is there. When I look at D tackles, I'm just looking for block shedding, weight, and tackling, and strength. So those like couple stats right there. And this guy fits every one of those stats. So I think this card is a cop if you have the coins. Remember, he only really costs, in theory, about 115,000 coins. So I think this is a cop. Moving on to the next 91, we're going to talk about Justin Herbert. Personally, I'm just going to be honest, I think this card is a drop. I don't think you need this card in your team. Maybe if he gets below 500K, but I don't know. Still, I think Drew Bledsoe is the guy right now. I truly think Drew Bledsoe is the guy. I know his stats are really good, but the reason is his release is really bad. He has the 11th best release in the game, and you just can't have that with the pressure the way it is in this game. His attributes are amazing, don't get me wrong. Attribute-wise, he's the best card in the game. The best quarterback in the game with the throw power, the deep accuracy, under pressure, stuff like that. But his release is just so bad. So I think this card is a drop. Probably a little controversial there, but that is my opinion. For the price, he's just not worth it in my opinion as well. So if he gets below 500K, maybe he's worth it, but I personally do not think he is. Next, Charles Woodson, the last 91 overall. I think this card is a cop. Once again, if he gets somewhere between like 500 and 550,000, I would not mind overspending on this a little bit. He's the best corner in the game. He also has amazing theme teams, so with the Raiders and stuff like that. So I think the Packers theme team could end up being pretty good as well. This card is just amazing. I mean, he's over 6 foot, so he does kind of meet the height limit. 91 speed is obviously amazing. All the stats are just there. I don't really need to talk about this. You guys know how good this card is just by attributes and theme team stuff like that. This card is automatically a cop if it gets below like 550. And that's just my opinion, but they're the 91s. And I think those will take a little bit longer to talk about as well because they're a little more controversial and they're the best players in the game. They're going to have a bigger impact on what you see in game. So let's just start off with J.J. Watt here as our first. Do I really have to capitalize it? Is that really what we're on? So I think I'll just type in Watt. I don't feel like capitalizing. I'm going to be a rebel. So here, J.J. Watt. Personally, I think this card is a drop. All right? I think he's a drop. The reason is he's pretty slow. I think for a left end or right end, any type of end, linebacker, whatever, you need fast guys, okay? You just need fast players. I know he's J.J. Watt. I know we all love J.J. Watt. 80 speed. I feel like we'll not cut it, man. I just really don't think it's going to cut it. Obviously, like the power move is there. The block shedding is a little weak as well. It's going to be kind of difficult to stop the run. But the other stats are decent. Like the finesse move isn't quite there, but it's okay because he does have a pretty good power move. I just think it's a drop. I just don't think his speed is high enough, and I think Chase Young is a better option, and he's about the same price, if not cheaper. So I think Chase Young is the move, and I think J.J. Watt is a drop, in my opinion. So moving on, we're going to talk about Ragnar. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's a center. I think this card's a cop. In my opinion, his attributes are there. This auction is now ended, okay? He thinks you should cop the card, so maybe you should too. Just looking at his stats, just to go over it real quick, he's pretty heavy, right? He's over 300 pounds. I think all linemen should be over 300 pounds. There are some exceptions, but attributes are there as well. They're all in the green. Like that dark green color as well. Just looking at him as well, he doesn't really lack anywhere. Like, I'm just going to be honest. He could be a little stronger maybe. That is one thing, but, attribute-wise, this card is good. And especially if you're rocking a Lions team, which could be all right this year. Like I said, it's going to be great, but it could be all right this year. So, Ragnar, I'm going to put him as a cop because I actually do kind of think that card is not bad. Okay, moving on, we're going to talk about ENGRAM right here. If I can type, let me get this in right here. And I think this card is personally, I think it's a drop. All right, and I'm going to explain why. Attribute-wise, he's not bad. 87 speed is not bad for tight end catching. 90 catching is not bad. 85 catch in traffic is a little low in my opinion. 89 spec catch is definitely all right. Short round 84, that's a little low. Medium route run 88, that is really good in my opinion. But the problem is he's 6'3". I think if you need tight ends minimum, bare minimum, should be 6'4". Dave Casper is 6'4", and he's also really fast and a great route runner. So this is no Dave Casper. I think Engram is his drop. That's just my opinion. I'm just not really feeling Evan Engram, in my opinion. So maybe you disagree. The speed is there. A lot of the attributes are there, but he is just a little too short, in my opinion. I think he's a little too short, so that's why I think Engram is a drop. Maybe you disagree. But yeah, I think he is. I don't think he's good enough. I really don't think he's good enough. I think he's a little bit too short. Moving on to Harrison Smith. I'm gonna keep going to the second card, by the way, so the auction doesn't get bought out. Hopefully it doesn't. So 87 speed. I think he's a cop. All right, I think Harrison Smith is a cop. He has 87 speed. The acceleration's there. He's 6'2", so I think that's gonna get the job done for sure. Tackling could be a little higher, I guess, but the pursuit, all that stuff is there. Man coverage is pretty bad, so you're gonna have to use this card yourself, by the way, and especially if you run man. The zone is there, but if you do run man, you like the blitz a lot, make sure you're using or you just having one of the zones. All right, if you're running like a cover 1 or 2, right, type of deal, just make sure he's in one of the zones and not manned up on someone. The hit power is there, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think this card's a cop, in my opinion. Definitely not a bad card at all. Vikings team could be decent as well. They have good receivers. They're gonna have better receivers this year as well. With Jefferson have a great season already, so I think Harrison Smith is a cop. Moving on to DeForest Buckner. Love that name. I love DeForest Buckner's name. That is just a legendary name. So, DeForest Buckner. Here's what I think about him. This could be controversial. I think he's a drop. All right, here's why I think he's a drop. He's below the 300 mark. He is tall, so that might make up for it. But personally, I just don't. I think you need a fat defensive tackle. I think D tackle should be like 320 or more, because that is a position that's crucial with inside zone runs. And I just, the speed is a little slow. Like I think Sam Adams has like 85 speed. I could be wrong. Could be wrong in that, but I know Warren Sapp is faster than that. Finesse move is obviously decent, but the power move is bad. Strength is a little low as well. Block shedding is all right. 87, I think that's not a bad number for block shed, especially for an 88. 87 gets the job done, but I think he's a drop. The only reason why I think this card could be a cop, and that this is a little controversial, like I said, he played for the Niners, and the Niners are a pretty good team, so this is kind of up to you. I think he's a drop, but if you copped him and you have a Niners team or whatever team he's played for, this is not the worst card in the world. So it's kind of controversial, but I'm going to put him on the drop side. Definitely not a card I would pick up, but you're not going to really go wrong if he is on your team. So yeah, that is that. Next, we're going to talk about DJ Moore. This card is, in my opinion, I think he's a cop. All right, he's a little on the small side, I believe, being a 6'1", 6 foot. So 6 foot, I think that's a little too small. But looking at his attributes, he has 87 speed. The reason why this card is a cop is he has 90 deep route running. The only reason you should have this card is make sure he's subbed in at a position on the field where he's running deep routes. I don't think the medium routes are going to be good enough because he's not going to be able to get as much space and stuff like that, but being so small, I think he needs to get out on deep routes where you can really launch the ball out there and try to get more separation. He needs to get as much separation as possible with his height, so wherever you're doing deep routes, you need to have him manned up there, and you need to have him out in that position. So that is why I think DJ Moore is a cop, but that's a controversial one as well. I think the height does hurt him a lot, so that is my opinion. Running out of time here, so we got to get through a couple more guys. And then we have Cole Holcomb. Look, this card is not bad. I don't think this card's that bad. I'd put him as a cop. So the reason why I like this card, he's pretty fast, I believe. Looking at his stats, so 86 speed for a middle linebacker is not bad. Zone coverage is amazing, so you can leave him out in coverage, and he should play all right. I don't think he probably gets lurker. I'm not sure, but if he does get lurker, that's even better. He won't animate though if he doesn't have lurker, so it's gonna be hard to get interceptions if you're not using him. 87 hit power gets the job done. Block shedding is a little low, so you have to have him in coverage. If you're getting a linebacker just to be subbed in and help stop the run, this is not the card for you. This has to be a user card. Has to be a user card in my opinion, but definitely not a bad card at all. I think he's a cop. I really do think he is a cop. So next, moving on, we're almost done here. Got like 4 more. We have Orlando Brown. This card is a cop. This was actually a pretty easy decision for me. The reason is, look, we love fat guys. We love fat linemen. He is fat. This guy is large. 363, 6'8", 86 strength is not bad as well. I know the finesse blocking is not there, but everything else, it's there. This is one of the best tackles in the game, one of the best offensive linemen in the game. Big fan of this card. And he plays for the Chiefs. That is also going to be a pretty good team. We all know that, but yeah, that is Orlando Brown. Moving on. Look, I'm a Bears fan. Not going to try to be biased here, but look, bro. Just this card is good. I'm sorry, wait, I don't think I can look at his attributes, actually. I think I have to, so I can't actually look at his attributes because this card is not sellable. But Justin Fields is a cop. Look, like I said, I think I pull up his attributes here, so I'm just gonna have to read them off. Justin Fields, 88 speed, 91 throw power. He has the third best release in the game, I believe. Third or fourth best. I know it's one of the better releases, so this is not a bad card. He's 6'1". You know, like I said, 91 throw power. The accuracies are not bad as well with 86 deep, 84 play action, 85 mid, 87 short. His only problem is 83 under pressure, and his census pressure is paranoid, which is not good. That means he makes more incompletions when he is under pressure. So we don't like that, but I think overall Justin Fields is a cop. That's just my opinion, but that's kind of how I feel about him. Moving on to Cordero Patterson. I wish I could show these cards on here, but it literally does not let me because they're not auctionable. So I kind of just have to read them off. So here, I'll let you guys look at my team or something while I get through all this stuff. So moving on to Cordero. I think Cordero is a cop. Cordero cards, you can't really look at his attributes. This is going to sound really weird, but you can't really look at Cordero attributes. He plays way better than his attributes will ever be. So he has 88 speed, plays for some really good teams. So, plays for the Raiders, Patriots, Vikings. Falcons are never really that bad as well. So yeah, 88 speed. His break tackle's a little low at 83, but I personally don't care. 87 change of direction, 87 excel, 88 agility. This card is good. I don't care, bro. And he's also fairly tall. Very good card. And Cordero just always plays better than what he actually says, so I don't really care, bro. This card is really good. Cordero cards will always be good. That's just the way it goes. So I think Sauce Gardner is debatably the best 88 in this entire drop. Sauce Gardner is 6'3". He has 88 speed, which is good for an 80 overall. 90 excel. The zone and the man coverage is there. Man being 89, zone being 87. 90 excel, 91 agility, 90 jumping. This card is really, really good. This card is really good. So I love the Sauce Gardner card, and I think we just have one more. We just have Tremaine Edmonds, which I think is a cop. By the way, the last couple have been cops. I think I forgot to mention that, but you can probably tell by the way I've been talking about the cards. So Tremaine Edmonds, I think he's a cop as well. For being a run stopper, 91 hit power, 89 pursuit, 88 block shed, 86 speed is not bad as well. If you're looking to stop the run, maybe on in the red zone, maybe guys close to touchdown, close to goal line, this is a card you want to have on your team. Really like this card, and that is it for the 88s. I just want to talk about 186 real quick that I really like before we wrap this video up, and that is Jerry Jeudy. I know this video is a little long. This is going to be one of the longer videos I posted, but I personally, I like doing this type of stuff. So looking at Jerry Jeudy here, this card is good, I think, for an 86. This is going to be good for these no money spent budget guys, whatever. This card definitely gets the job done. Surely gets the job done. Looking at his attributes right here, by no means is he the best wide receiver in the game, by the way, so don't get that twisted, but attributes are definitely there. 87 speed, love to see that. The medium and short route running is there. I would not put him on deep routes, but if you need to have him for the drags, the slants, the zig routes, the out routes, in routes, stuff like that, this guy gets the job done. I know the catching is low. Catching traffic is a little low as well, but look for a card that's like under 40K, 35K. By no means is this a bad card. He's only 6'1", but just the attributes and the short and mid route running, this card gets the job done. I like this card for only being about 35K. You can probably snipe him for like 30K if you buy him at the right time of day. So yeah, that is all I have for this video. Looking forward to posting another one of these on Legends Saturday. I will go more in depth on those because there's probably only going to be 3 cards that come out. So yeah, that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good day. Stay safe for me. Peace out.